Hello class, Sumeru is finally open for us to explore, and with this new region comes the final element that has only been available to Samachuros for the longest time. Dendro is finally playable, and the awaited element comes with a set of new reactions. I'll be going through each reaction, starting with the simplest one being Burning, followed by Quicken with its branch reactions, then end with Bloom and its branch reactions. Dendro reactions scale off Elemental Mastery, so be sure to prioritize that stat when building teams and characters. Now let's discuss Burning. This reaction happens whenever Dendro meets Pyro. We should all be familiar with this reaction as it has been in the game since launch. The effect of this reaction is that it will apply continuous pyro damage until the reaction's duration ends. This is the simplest reaction of the Dendro element, so the Pyromaniacs, Pyromanes, don't have anything to think about. Moving on. We will first focus on Quicken before going into detail with its branch reactions. As presented in this equation, this reaction happens when Dendro meets Electro. Demonstrated here is a visual cue on the enemies whenever this reaction is triggered, that being the green sparks pulsating on the enemy's body. Not much happens in this reaction on its own as it is simply a base for its branch reactions. Spread and Aggravate, to put it simply, is Superconduct with an extra step. The key difference being, Spread and Aggravate boost the damage of Dendro or Electro attacks, not physical. And as seen on the equation, you need to trigger Quicken first, then hit the enemy with either Dendro or Electro. These two reactions are essentially the same, except for the elements that are being boosted. Spread has an increase in Dendro attacks, while Aggravate increases Electro attacks. So Lisa mains now have a good reason to justify using her aside from rock climbing. With these reactions looked over, let's now move on to the more complex reactions of the Dendro element. Bloom is the reaction triggered when Dendro meets Hydro. When the reaction is triggered, a seed will be generated on the field. A number of seeds can be generated, but do know that there is a limited number of seeds that can exist on the field. Now this seed will last for 6 seconds. Once that time has passed, the seed will explode, dealing damage to the enemy and the player, though it hurts your enemies more than it hurts you. With the base for the following reactions covered, let's discuss the first branch reaction of Bloom, Burgeon. With the seed now generated by Bloom out on the field, you have a 6-second window to hit this seed with a Pyro attack. Upon contact with Pyro, the seed will explode with a larger AoE and deal more damage than a regular Bloom seed. Again, the damage won't hurt you as bad, but if you're still feeling apprehensive, just have a shield and or healer at the ready. The last thing Hu Tao Pyromanes want is to go down by their own reaction. But I digress. Moving on to the second branch reaction of Bloom, Hyper Bloom. To trigger this reaction, hit the seed generated by Bloom with an Electro attack. The effect of this reaction is that the seed will fire a projectile at the enemy, so by having multiple seeds on the field, you can trigger this reaction multiple times. With that, we have covered the new reactions of Dendro. But before I end this lecture, I will now quickly go over the elements that do not cause any reactions with Dendro. Hitting an enemy affected by Dendro with a Nemo will actually not cause a swirl reaction, nor will Dendro affected enemies generate crystallized crystals when affected by Geo. As for Cryo, the enemy will retain both Dendro and Cryo status, but nothing will happen reaction-wise. Holy shit, I didn't think that would actually work. Wait, just make sure I'm not dreaming. It is happening. It is viable. It's possible. Holy! Yes! Those have been the new Dendro reactions introduced in the 3.0 update. That's all for today's lesson. I hope this video was of help to you, and have a great day. Class dismissed.